Hello and welcome back to Market TV Show. It's been a while. Hope everything's been going well with you and making profits in the market. And today I want to discuss some observations that I've seen recently. The uptrend has been starting to slow down significantly. We're going to take a look at across the broad markets, small caps, the VIX, Bitcoin, crypto, the metals, and the FANG stocks, and a few other stocks too. One thing I'd like to point out today, we have a pretty bearish day today. See a bearish engulfing of the previous candle here, and if you were to draw a trend line from the top of the sell-off to the most recent sell-off here that led to this tiny correction, we're at resistance, right? We're right at resistance intraday, and then we sold off. Not to mention, we also have an increase in volume compared to 2 days prior of green candles, and then a declining volume prior to that. So if we continue to see volume come in, this could be not just a small correction. We could have a bigger correction that will hit the orange line, the 50-day moving average, about 6% away pretty quickly. And if that's the case, and depending how we bounce or not, we could then change trend, at least for the intermediate term, maybe test the 200-day again, or float somewhere in the middle before continuing with the uptrend. Risk reward to the long side is definitely not favorable on the long side right now. Also, take a notice that we have a declining RSI with a inclining price right here, inclining price, right? So that's divergence for the bearish scenario. That's QQQ. Let's take a look at SPY, the S&P 500 ETF. Same story, a lower high on the RSI while making a higher high on price. And what's interesting here today about SPY is that it reversed after it reached a higher high. See right here, the high was 339.08. Right here, the intraday. If we zoom in, that was the high. 339.61, and then it started reversing ever so slightly above the all-time high, and then it started going down pretty significantly and fast, and still continuing to go down in the aftermarket a little bit. If we break this uptrend here, see the orange 50-day, we're going to test the 250 period. Since we're in the hourly chart, if we break this red line here, we're gonna have a significant downdraft. IWM small caps here, unable to make higher highs like the rest of the index, going sideways slightly down. If you look at the weekly chart here, you'll see the candle. Last week's candle was kind of like a gravestone doji where buyers push it all the way up here, and then it's sold off, only making marginally new high. Now this week, sellers have taken over thus far, and the body is bigger than previous week's candle. And if there's any more momentum to the downside, we're going to see most likely a continuation to further down. How much further down, we'll see. But this could be a canary in a coal mine with small caps. VIX is also interesting here. The fear index, basically the inverse of the stock market. We're making higher lows, right? Higher lows, ever so slightly, while making lower lows. And if we were to have a correction and VIX starts to shoot up and break this downtrend line right here and break the 200 and the 50-day at the same time and close above it, we could have a big move, big correction to come, and it will probably happen fast, like this here. Notice how when the first break didn't amount to much, but then VIX tried it again, and then once it broke up clearly um, above the moving averages, we had a huge sorry for the lag here. Wow, very laggy. Looking at Bitcoin, Bitcoin came back up with the stock market after the February lows, and right now showing some weakness here. You can see we had 2 days of selling in a row right now, bouncing off support. If we don't find support here and continue higher and have further downside, we're not going to go anywhere higher until we maybe test support down here about 10,600. Maybe another support area at 10,400. And if that fails, we're going to test the 200-day moving average at 89.54 right now. So Bitcoin started going down before the stock market today. Is it leading the stock market? We'll see. Let's take a look at the metals. It's also expressing the same sentiment. The metals here, silver, after this big down day, we had inside days, inside day, and then we got weakness yesterday, now further downside. This is weakness, and going long here is not favorable anymore. The better trade is a short trade. If you didn't get short here, that would be the optimal place, obviously in hindsight. But once we break this 20-day, we're going to see pretty much no support, maybe a small support at the 23, and then the 21. That's the next major support. If you look at gold here, it's even more significant, or more clear, I should say. Look at that big red candle today with huge volume. Looks like we're going to have more downside to come. So I wouldn't be going long metals if I were trading this. And so notice how so many markets are down, or not so many markets, some of the key markets that went up with the stock market is not going, is already going down before the stock market. One market that's not doing that right now is the oil market. Is still hovering, it's not doing anything. So we're not going to take a look at that right now. Just to let you know, if we do get a significant down move, oil would probably play catch up. So keep an eye out for oil. Take a look at the FANG stocks here. Apple, just like the broad market, showing divergence here. See how there's a lower highs, about slightly lower high from here to here, and with prices made higher highs. And right now we have a gravestone doji on a daily. Doesn't mean anything unless we get some downside follow through, but it is weakness to the upside for sure. And going long wouldn't be advisable here. Amazon inside candle still bullish above all the moving averages. I wouldn't worry about Amazon right now if I were to trade this in a vacuum. Netflix has been making lower lows on the daily, right? After this big red candle had a lower high, lower low, and is this the lower high? Let's see, because if you connect the tops over here, that's what it looks like to me. And if we break and we're closing below the 20-day again, and 20 days slightly pointing downward. And if we break the close below the 50-day and break 466 and make a new low, we're not going to get support to probably right here at 432. So Netflix looked very bearish compared to amongst all the FANG stocks. The weakest one by far. Facebook was bullish for the past 2 days, except today had a big sell-off intraday. Look at all these wicks at the top. Buyers are not able to push it to new prices right now. Sellers can't bring it down either. So it's right in the middle, smack down. Look at the tight trading. Look at the bodies just right there at 262. If we break to the upside, obviously bullish. Break to the downside, we're going to test the 20-day, about 4% away. Google, momentum shifted downward intraday. This could be the lower high, but still bullish above all the moving averages. You have the green line right here, the 20-day and the 50-day right here. So a lot of support down here. So I wouldn't worry about Google until those break. Microsoft, same idea, but less bullish. Looks like a bearish engulfing, but still right above support. Tesla, very bullish. This could be a bullish flag consolidation before another leg up. If the overall market goes down, though, this will not, most likely will not go up. And this could be the end of the run, at least for the short term. 16% down. That's the potential. If that breaks, NVIDIA had earnings today. Let's see what happened. Go nowhere so far. Went up briefly and came back down. If you're in the options, that's pretty much a premium killer if it stays around these areas. So if NVIDIA goes down, that's a big player in the semiconductors. If it goes down with Intel going further, this could spell the end of the run on NASDAQ. Boeing's a good short setup in my opinion. Look at how we rejected on the 50 and then on the 20 again. See the wick at the top, see the wick at the top. There's no support till we get to here, about 10% away. And then beyond that, that's about 20% away. Intel, another good short setup. See how just pointing straight down on the 20-day. And if you connect the lows here, look, it just broke support, didn't it? We slightly closed beneath it, try to regain it, failed. Now it's lower. If we break this about 3% away at 46.98, we're going to see further downside probably to here. The recent major low in February at 43.64. So a lot of potential to the downside, about a total of 10%. And if Intel goes down, the rest of the semis will most likely follow. And if you look at those the other tickers, watch out for the weakness. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. Let me know if you have any comments or questions. Hit the like button if you like the material. Helps me a lot. And see you soon. Good, happy trading, make money.